I want to answer some of the most commonly asked homemade wine making questions that I see an awful lot of people coming into the hobby asking. So I'm going to be making a whole playlist, a whole series of videos that answer these questions in under 2 minutes. So if you're new to the hobby of winemaking, or if you are an old hat and you've been making it for years, then subscribe to the channel and watch this playlist because it'll answer a lot of your questions that you really want to know the answers to. The first question is, can I use bread yeast to make wine? So let's put 2 minutes on the clock and off we go. Bread yeast, wine yeast, there is a difference. Bread yeast is designed to make bread. Wine yeast is designed to make wine. There is a big difference. Wine yeast will make better wine than bread. Bread yeast will make better bread than wine yeast. Fundamentally, they are both yeast. Just the wine yeast has been designed to make better wine. But you can use bread yeast. Bread yeast will make wine. It will ferment your sugars and turn it into alcohol, which is what you want. It will make a wine. Negatives of using bread yeast: they do not tend to make as strong of a wine as wine yeast does. You really need to feed the wine sugar every so often to give it that burst. It will get up to about 12-13%, no worries there. So it will be strong enough to preserve the wine. It will be strong enough to call the wine a wine. Happy days, hunky-dory. So is that a negative? If you want a 12-13% wine, bread yeast all the way, you can do it. Another negative of bread yeast: it can lead to a breadish flavour in your wine. It imparts this aroma and this taste of freshly baked bread, the dough that's rising, and that can overpower some of the delicate flavours of your wine. So if you're making a floral wine, bread yeast will impart too much of this breadish flavour and aroma. However, you may actually want that flavour and that aroma. Sometimes when I'm making a wine, like a Christmas pudding wine, I go after bread yeast because it really adds and contributes to the complexity of the aroma. Happy days, it gives you that flavour. So you have to ask yourself, will the bread yeast contribute a positive aroma and flavour to my wine, or will it be too overpowering? Is the timer up yet? I have no idea, probably gone. Can you use bread yeast to make wine? Yes, you can. Should you use bread yeast? It depends on the type of wine you're making. So why don't you watch the next video that's coming up right after this one, all about sugar.